Let's go!
The college football playoff is here, and in the matchup of 2 versus 3, an old adage will be put to the test. If defense does in fact win championships, then these two are true contenders. For the men of Michigan, 7 years of growing doubt sparking a goal realized, with head coach Jim Harbaugh finally slaying the dragon that stood between his team and the college football playoff.
Where there's a will, there's a way, and the will was very strong with our team.
But with one beast beaten, another animal awaits. A Georgia Bulldogs team that led the country in defense, surrendering less than a touchdown per game throughout the regular season. But that mettle recently tested by a rival of their own.
They didn't do any damage. No, what it did is reinvigorated our energy.
The beauty of this game, who you were is not who you are. So who are you gonna be? Two proud programs, both trying to elevate to an elite air reserved for the game's best. It's time to punch a ticket or pack your bags as we get set for the CFP semis.
Well, we've got our experts living it up at the beach right now, getting ready for the Orange Bowl as we kick that off tomorrow evening. Dennis, Dodd, Josh Pate, thanks for joining us on HQ. Now, fellas, the second college football playoff appearance for Georgia under Kirby Smart. They lost that title game against Alabama in OT in 2017, but Smart now in his 6th season as the head coach for the Bulldogs. So, Dennis, we'll start with you. What would a win mean for Coach Smart?
Well, he's been here before. You know, they beat Oklahoma in 2017 and got to the championship game. So I don't know if it would be anything like career defining or anything like that. I think it's a step along the way. We mentioned it all week. It's championship or bust for Georgia. Now, in the moment, yes, they got worked pretty good by Alabama. And if they win, they're back to normal. But you've got that giant, again, in the back of your head. You go from a speed bump against Michigan to a brick wall against, I would suppose, Alabama.
Here's what's really interesting. A win would really not define much of anything for Kirby Smart. A loss, perceptionally, would be pretty crippling. So it feels like a no-win situation, which you never say in a playoff setting. But what's going to happen Saturday, Dennis, is if Georgia wins, Bulldog Nation kind of dusts themselves off, and all they say is, okay, we're back to where we already were. The goal is to win a title. We haven't won it yet. Let's go win a title. If they lose, if that 7.5-point dog Michigan were to win outright, and both of you and I both think they have a pretty good shot, all of a sudden, you go from being virtually wire-to-wire number one this year, the slam dunk favorite to not only win the SEC but win the national championship, to saying, when you look in the mirror the next morning, this team didn't even accomplish as much as the 2017 team did, and we thought this was Kirby Smart's best team ever, and in perceptionally a down year in the rest of the sport, we thought this was our best shot. And so people walk away. I'm from the state of Georgia. I can tell you good and well what they'd say. If not now, then when? And that's not anything we want to hear, at least from the Georgia side of things, come Friday night.
Haven't won the SEC, we know that, and only the 5th team to enter this BCS era coming off a loss. 64 spots since 1998, only 5 of them have been filled by teams coming off a loss. So, yeah, it would be, think of your favorite team. They get to the World Series, Stanley Cup final, and don't win. They're good, but now you got to wake up the next morning and start from the beginning. Yep. That's what a loss would mean for Georgia.
Yeah, and Georgia's seeking their first national title since 1980. So those fans, they're waiting for it, that's for sure.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.